Hey Disney fans, my name's Joe Pillsbury. I am the author of Actual Factual Magic, the simplified guide to Walt Disney World, and I gotta tell you, something special happened this past week, and I'm gonna share it with you. Thanks to some really good friends within the Disney organization, I got a chance to preview Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, coming soon to Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And I was able to get really good access, get a lot of really good footage, and I think you're going to be really excited to see what I captured.
Let's go through the experience of walking into Black Spire Outpost on the planet of Batuu. The first thing that strikes you is that the details are amazing. There are no theatrical lighting, there's no evidence of set work, nothing that removes you from the experience of being in the Star Wars universe. From the blast points randomly ripped through the walls to the trash compactor monster that now lives in the drinking fountains, the place is absolutely amazing. The sight of the Millennium Falcon framed by the amazing background and giant petrified spires filling in the backdrop into the distance is truly breathtaking. Really an amazing work by Disney Imagineers here. One of the first thing that hits you when you walk into the land is that it's incredibly large. The streets are wide. The land itself is so big that I actually found myself getting lost at one point. Incredible work, Disney. Now, nothing's marked with traditional signage, but that's half the fun. You might wander into, let's say, the Hall of Antiquities that is really kind of, for lack of a better term, almost a Star Wars museum. There are little bits and pieces from just about every Star Wars movie you can imagine, and it's all held here under the theme of Andor, who is the collector of all these things. And the shop is truly a must-see for any Star Wars fans. It's going to blow their minds. Now, over across the way in Animal Kingdom, in the new Pandora, World of Avatar, they try really hard to be absolutely immersive, and they do a pretty good job, but it's nothing compared to what they're doing here at Batuu in Hollywood Studios. The Star Wars land is going to be completely immersive. There is no sign of anything Disney, no sign of anything Star Wars branded either. It's all as if you're living in the world of Star Wars. You're not going to find characters posing for pictures with guests. Instead, you're going to find real patrolling stormtroopers, an occasional appearance by Kylo Ren intimidating the crowds. You'll see Rey moving about, sneaking about, recruiting often small children to help her evade stormtroopers, and of course Chewbacca is running around fixing the Millennium Falcon, fixing other ships that are on the ground. It's a treat to see them. I hope there's a lot more street theater coming, because I could see the potential for really making this an amazing place if they really boost this portion of the show up. Now let's talk about the food on Black Spire. There are two quick service restaurants. One is Docking Bay 7, which has an assortment of counter service restaurants that you can choose from. I chose to eat at Ronto Roasters. It's a standalone quick service where they serve basically a sausage wrapped in pork, covered in coleslaw, wrapped in a pita, and it sounds weird, but it's so good. I really enjoyed this. In my opinion, Ronto Roasters is the must-do food stop in Black Spire. And of course, that brings us to the blue or green milk. Turns out the blue milk comes from Banthas, from Tatooine, and the green milk comes from the sea cow from the last Star Wars movie. I tried both. I much preferred the green milk. The green milk has a kind of a fruity taste that's super refreshing. Kind of wanted another after I had it. Very good. I recommend the green milk over the blue milk, but that's my opinion. Of course, no Star Wars movie or land would be complete without a seedy cantina. Here, there, the Cantina is amazing. I only got to spend a short time in it, but the vibe inside is very, it's festive, but it's very Star Warsy. The place feels like you could run into bounty hunters or aliens at any moment, and I hope they do that. I hope they have a lot of character street theater here too, because it would really enhance the place. But super fun. I hope you all get a chance to try it. I know one of the early gripes from Disneyland's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opening is that everything's so expensive, and you know, there's a $200 custom lightsaber and a $100 droid. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do those things to have a really wonderful time in Black Spire. Just being in that space is fabulous. The people watching and seeing the cast members working through the crowd, and seeing the impromptu shows as characters get up on flight platforms, which are stages that are strewn across the land, and flying the Millennium Falcon. What can I say? Truly an amazing experience. Disney Imagineering really hit this one out of the park. Flying the Millennium Falcon, being in that cockpit, is absolutely amazing. It combines the best of, let's say, Passage of Flight over an Avatar, and Soarin' over an Epcot, and Star Tours right across the way in Hollywood Studios. It's not overly jarring, so people that are subject to motion sickness, I feel like you could ride it safely. But there's just a magic to being in that cockpit and getting your hands on the controls. And I'm here to tell you that all the controls are fun. I've heard a lot of online comments that the only thing worth doing is the pilot seat. I got a chance to do all the positions, and I will say that all of them are very fun. Yeah, the pilot seat, you get to hit the lever and launch into hyperspace, and that is probably the best thing of all things. But all the other positions actually were pretty intense and had a lot of things to do, and if you get a chance, don't feel bad if you get one of the supporting roles in that ride, because it's still a great time. My closing thoughts about Black Spire Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is that the land is much bigger than I expected. It's got a lot of room for expansion. I think we're going to keep seeing really magical, really cool things coming to this land over the next few years. I think they're going to benefit from having a lot more street theater. I think they're going to benefit from introducing more walking about alien characters, maybe some roaming droids. But I think the potential for this land is only going to get better. And right now it's fantastic. When they add Rise of the Resistance this December, it's going to be off the charts fantastic. I hope you all get a chance to experience Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in the coming months. It's worth it. It's amazing.
Once again, thanks to all my Disney friends for making this week possible. What an amazing time. I can't thank you guys enough. And please get the book, support our efforts. Actual Factual Magic, the simplified guide to Walt Disney World. I promise you it'll make your vacation better. Thanks for checking us out. Please subscribe. Please share with your friends. Oh, and one more thing.
Push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left. Move your stick to fly right and left. I was just about to say that. Pilot on the right. Pull back on the stick to fly up. And push forward to fly down. Weapons are online. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Now let's move in the course out. Right pilot, take the jump to light speed.